Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to read romance books for a week. Now this book video did take place a little over a week. Like this was like definitely not even a week, but we're just gonna say we're gonna be reading them for a week. I read 4 romance books in this video. Wanted to read more, but you'll see what happened. But hope you guys enjoyed the video and let's get into it. The first book I'm definitely going to be starting with is Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. I'm very excited to get into this one. Basically, we're following Emily and Jack, and they're both 2nd grade teachers. There's gonna be some sort of like rival situation going on, and since on the back it says 2 feuding 2nd grade teachers and neighbors find themselves teaming up in this new rivals lovers romance. So I've heard outstanding things about this book. Like I don't think I've heard a single negative thing about it, so I'm very excited to jump into this one. I've heard people say that this is their favorite Sarah Adams book, so I'm very excited to see how this goes. I've also heard that people say this book is different, a little different than her other ones. The new releases one came out this month, and I got it on release day, so I'm very excited to finally be getting to it. So let's just read. We're already getting banter within like the first like 2 pages, because we start off with an email, and literally 2 pages of an email back from both sides, and it's just we're already getting that banter, and I'm just loving it so far. So I'm only 2 pages in, banter's already serving. So it's actually been 2 days, I think. Yeah, it's been 2 days since I filmed that last clip. I have finished Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. This one is so cute, and I will say this is definitely my favorite Sarah Adams book, like period. Like out of all her books, this one is definitely my favorite thus far that I have read. And I read 4, right? 4. Yeah, 4. This is the 5th one that I've read, and this one's definitely like I love this one so much. Definitely my favorite by far. Right off the bat, that we felt that banter, we got that banter, we had like, it was just so good. Like the way that they interacted, like right when they first saw each other. And the emails like were some of the best parts of this book. The emails and the text messages, like it was so good. And I loved the romance and the characters, and I felt like I related to both characters, and more to Emily, but like certain ways to Jack as well. This is a 4-star read, and that is still like amazing. So I'm very excited that I really enjoyed this one, and I definitely agree with everyone saying that this is like the best Sarah Adams book, that her writing felt different and the book felt different from her other ones. I agree with all of those statements. 4 stars for this one. The first book that we're going to be reading in today's video is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I'm actually so excited to get into this one. This is a new release. This one came out February 4th, I'm pretty sure. What day is it? It's February 8th. This book came out like 4 days ago, and I'm really excited to have this in my hands. The edges on this one are actually like so pretty. Like, it's so pretty. I'm kind of nervous going into this one just because I've read most of Ali Hazelwood's books. From the ones that I have read, I didn't like The Love Hypothesis. I enjoyed, but then I liked Bride, but like it's not my favorite. Like that one's like and then I enjoyed Not in Love, but like it's not my favorite. That one was like a 3.5. But then we're getting to the ones that I absolutely love and I think are my favorite Ali Hazelwood books. Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically being my favorite. So going into this one, people are comparing this one kind of to like the way Not in Love was told, like where it's more lustful, and that's what I'm hearing. Like it's more like still on like that lustful side rather than like having an emotional connection, which I prefer romances with more like emotional connection than like lust. So I'm kind of iffy about this one. I really think I'm gonna enjoy it though. This is her first sports romance, and it's like a swimming kind of romance kind of thing, and it's a college romance. I'm pretty sure she has never wrote a college romance before. So this is not only her first sports romance, it was her first college romance. So I'm very excited about this one. I feel like it makes sense to start off a romance video with a book with an author that's like really widely known in romance. And Ali Hazelwood, she's been around for a while in the romance department and in the book department. So I think I feel like it is very good to start. I don't even know. I am on page 45 of Deep End. So far it's reading very like differently from her other ones. I feel like we're getting like kind of the same kind of writing as Mountain Love, but like a little bit different as well. So I don't have really any thoughts so far. I do like the main girl that we're following this book. I don't think I'm too far into like really make a connection, but right now you guys can probably tell I'm living in a hotel, if you guys can tell by the background of this video, of this clip, whatever. But I'm here for like an event that's kind of going on, so I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tomorrow because the event like is happening like tomorrow. So I want to try to get as much into this book today as I can. I want to try to get halfway. Let's say try to get halfway through this one today. I don't know if we can do it. Also, I've been reading on my Kindle, which is definitely helping, and I love that this one, I think this is the first Ali book I've read where the chapters are actually short. Like, they're shorter chapters. Like, normally her books, her chapters, like, 17, 18 pages long, maybe even 20 pages. This one, you have, like, nice short chapters. Like, not too short, but also not too long. So, thank you, Ali, for that. But, I'll see you guys again when I pick this book back up. It's been a couple of days since I last, like, talked to you guys. I have actually finished Deep End. I actually just finished it, like, not even, like, an hour ago. Finished this book. I have so many thoughts and so many critiques on this book. I will say this book felt very, very, very different than all of her other books, and I feel like even though it did give similar like vibes in the way of like how Not in Love was even like written and stuff, it was so different from that book. I feel like her writing, I feel like it's definitely changed drastically since like her earlier days of like The Love Hypothesis and Love in the Brain and all of those books. And I don't know. I don't even know if it's for the better or for the worse. When I first got into this book, I don't think I was like really like finding it hard to like connect to like the characters and connect to the world and the plot and everything. But then I like got more into the book, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of like enjoying it. And then there was just one character that was just insufferable, and she was prevalent. She's like a prevalent character. And she was just so insufferable, and they keep talking about, like, the main characters that we're supposed to be following and rooting for. They start talking about her and bringing her into, like, every single conversation. And it was just so annoying. It was just very, very, very disappointing to me, this book. Also, I just feel like it went on way too long. Like, for this book to be, 440 pages? Like, literally almost 450 pages. No, there was no need, because then we felt like there was like a lot of repetitive conversations, a lot of repetitive like plot lines, and this book just felt very repetitive, and it was just dragged on. There was no need for this book to be that long. No need. Some things I did like though, I did like the romance, certain scenes that we got, and I loved the guy in this book. Loved him. He was just so, he was just everything. He was everything. And I did like the romance when we weren't discussing this other character. And I also really enjoyed like the diving and swimming aspects of this book, like learning about like how those work and how the different competitions work and everything like that. So I think I'm gonna give this one a 2.5 stars, just because I just feel like the negatives of this book heavily outweigh the positives, and it's just not it. This book was just not it for me. But now we're gonna get to the next book. I think the next book we're gonna start is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm actually so excited to get into this book. I've heard such amazing things about this one, and I heard it's like very cute, very wholesome, very just like lighthearted and fun, and that's exactly the vibe that I want right now. So it's kind of like this like sweet romance, but then also like just this thing of like building trust with each other, with like dealing with like the pregnancy. Start reading Out on a Limb. So funny. I'm about 86 pages into Out on a Limb. I'm on chapter 10, and I'm really enjoying it so far. We're past like the whole kind of plot point of the book that we get. Now she's pregnant, and basically I guess we're gonna follow her through like the pregnancy. When we first saw the guy and like their first like interactions, it was just so like their banter and their dynamic was just so good. And then he came back up in the book, like later into the book, they kind of like just picked back up with like their dynamic, and it was just so good. So good. I'm really enjoying this book. I also really love Sarah. She's just so funny, and I just love like their best friend connections and their friendship so much. It's just so cute. This book is so far giving the wholesome, lighthearted, fun vibes that I've been wanting, but it also has this like emotional kind of underline or whatever. I'm just gonna say underline. It has this emotional underline to it. I'm really excited to continue this one. It's so freaking good so far, and it's really refreshing to read a book that you absolutely love. Especially after reading a book that you didn't really like, it's so refreshing to read a book that you're loving and you're really enjoying. I'll update you guys when I have more thoughts on this one. I actually got like sick. The 3 days between the last clip and this clip, I got really sick. Like I got nauseous. I was just like lightheaded when I couldn't physically like sit up without getting lightheaded. So I haven't been reading at all. Like during those like 3 days, I haven't read like much because I was like I physically can't read. Like I physically can't do anything. So the audiobooks were actually kind of my best friend since I couldn't like actually like, physically read a physical book. So I ended up downloading the audiobook to Out on a Limb on Hoopla and listening to that. I've been listening to
the audiobook on them since like what, Saturday? Yesterday? Since Friday, maybe? Since like Friday or yesterday, Friday. I've been listening to it and I finally finished it today. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute and the guy was just so sweet in this one, and I loved Sarah. Like Sarah, she's like just such a good character. She's the best friend of Win, and she was just her vibe and her like dynamic with Win was just so fun, and it was just so like great to see her have like such a good friend and have like such a strong friendship with not only Sarah but then also Sarah's husband Caleb. Like just their found family and just like their kind of dynamic together. It was just so good and so sweet and so wholesome. Bo was so sweet. He was so sweet. The things like that he did for Win, and like just like how caring he was and just like showing up, and especially since again she's pregnant and she's like going through the pregnancy, and we actually like go through the entire pregnancy through the book, and it's just so endearing to just see him like be there every step of the way. And then also I love that Hannah Bonin Young did the thing where like they're trying to like not like date each other but like trying to like just be friends with each other and like just like get to know each other first and like kind of form like a connection or like kind of like a friendship relationship kind of thing with each other before like going into like and just making names for things like, oh, like we're just gonna go to get together because we're having like this baby. It was just so perfectly executed, this book, and the way the pregnancy trope was, because accidental pregnancy is not a lot of people's favorite tropes. Like that one, like there's like a lot of issues with that trope, but I feel like she did it in just the most perfect way, and I feel like she executed it well, in my opinion. I'm gonna give this one a 4-star. I just feel like it was just a fun, cute time. I don't know if it's gonna be very memorable for me, but I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute, fun. I really love the characters, and I really want to read Out of the Woods, which is in the same like universe as this one, and it follows Sarah and Caleb. And the premise of that one actually sounds really interesting, and it sounds like it's gonna be very like more on the emotional side. So I'm very excited about that one. But we have finished this 4 stars. Now, let's pick the next book for the video. I already know what we're gonna be reading, and I'm actually so excited, but then I'm also really nervous because I've been seeing some things about it and I'm like, oh, but then I'm like, the premise sounds like really good, and that is First Time Caller by BK Borson. This one actually came out this month, and I'm so excited. Like this was not on my radar at all until I saw someone on Goodreads that I was friends with, and they said they wanted to read this, and I was like, what is this? Like, this looks really good. Like, the cover is, like, really pretty, and I love it. So I clicked on it, and I read what it's about. Why is this, like, literally giving the perfect romance book? Cover is already eating. Like, the cover is already giving it points. Hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy, sleepless in Seattle-inspired love story. This sounds really, really, really cute, and I think the radio aspect is going to be really fun. I think we're just going to get right into this. I'm really excited. I just honestly just want to hop right in, so I'm gonna take off this dust jacket because I cannot read hardcovers with the dust jackets on. So we're just gonna take this off. Let's get into First Time Caller. update. I actually have this is actually a big update. Finished the first time caller this morning, actually. And I'm so glad I'm finished with this book. This book, I don't even know what it was about it. I just was struggling through it, struggling to get through it, and struggling to really, like, finish this book. And honestly, it felt like a chore. And that's not really a great feeling to have when trying to, like, read a book or trying to, like, get through a book. But nevertheless, I did finish reading this. My thoughts are very complicated with this one. I just didn't love it. Like, it's not my favorite of all time. I went into this book expecting to love it because, like, I saw some reviews being like, oh, 5-star, 5 stars, it's so good. This is, like, one of the really good books. And I was like, okay, now that made me, like, really want to read it and really want to get into it. And then I started reading it, and I just, like, I don't know, I just felt very disconnected from the characters. Like, in order for me to care about a book, in order for me to enjoy a book, I need to care about the characters. I need to warm touch me, especially if it's a romance book, and especially if it's the main couple that we're supposed to be rooting for to have a relationship. I need to have a connection to them, and I just didn't. Honestly, like, I just, like, could care less, honestly. But there were some cute things in this book that did kind of happen, that did keep my attention, that did, like, some scenes that I really enjoyed. Also, just the fact that this book is just way too long. Like, can we stop making romance books over 400 pages? Like, there's no need for a romance book, like, especially one like this, to be over 400 pages, because then it just starts dragging. And it's the same thing I felt about Deep End. Like, it was just way too long. It was dragging. It just felt like she was just adding scenes in there just to, like, add them. And it was just so infuriating how long it was. Like, it was part of the reason why I was, like, struggling finishing the book. But I think I'm gonna give this one a 3-star. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 3-star. I don't know. I wanted to love it so bad. I honestly, like, went into it expecting it to be like a 4.5 star. Obviously, that's not the case. But 3 stars still is not a bad rating. Like, I still enjoyed my time reading this book, and I would recommend it. I really enjoyed different aspects. Like, I love the kid in this one, like, and her dynamic with her mom and everything. I really enjoyed that. And also Jackson. Like, is Jackson getting a book? Because he was, like, one of the redeeming qualities of this book. Like, I really enjoyed his scenes. Like, when he appeared on page, I really enjoyed him, and he was just very funny, and I love that. So I'm pretty sure he's getting a book. I'm pretty sure his book is the second one, and I'm really excited for that one because I love Jackson. But that's gonna actually conclude this video, because I honestly think I'm getting into a romance slump. I did have 2 more books planned to read in this video, and I honestly am just not going to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.